guys, join me on day one of making one of my signature not naked dolls. Something I definitely said I was not going to do in the new year, but here we are. When you're called to do something, you can't ignore the call, so let's go. So I basically start off every project by doing my little stretches, my little deep breathing or whatever, just something to get me grounded. And I love sitting on the ground, so I grab a little handy dandy pillow because I'm really not trying to have a flat booty in 2025. So these are the colors I'm using. I'm using a little tan and a dark brown that I had left over from a project. And now I'm winding the yarn by hand. It's just something that I like to do so I could be more involved in the process since I don't make my own yarn or anything like that. It's also just a really great way for me to set my intentions. This is what the little balls look like when we're done. Super cute. And now I'm just adding the two colors together. I basically just stick them together like that and then make a slip knot and start my project. And that's kind of how I get that dual tone signature not naked look. So yeah, now I'm just going at it. I'm in the zone. I'm in what I call the crochet zone, where I'm just like doing a bunch of stuff, not really knowing where things are going. But I do like to start at the feet and work my way up. I think at this point I was getting a little uncomfortable, so I capped off here. I was really happy with where I decided to stop. I made a cute little foot. I could also go for a really cute slipper. So yeah, I could always make slippers if all else fails. But yeah, I'm really happy that I decided to listen to my body. I ended up with these cute little feet. And yeah, we'll end here today. Hey everybody, join me on day 2 of creating one of my signature not naked dolls. So again, starting off my practice with a little bit of mindfulness and deep breathing, a little bit of exercise. My body, especially my upper body, was definitely feeling it from yesterday, so I decided to put a lot of focus in my shoulders and my arms and my hands. Highly recommend doing like a really long stretch before doing any crochet work. This part's my favorite part. Definitely giving possessed Vogue. And so last night I did get a second wind and had a little bit of insomnia, so I decided to just keep going with my crochet up the legs. So today my main focus is to stuff the legs that I created last night. Even though they're not fully done, I like to stuff as I go. And as you can see, I do have my face covered just to protect my lungs from any of the debris that might be floating around the air. As you can see here, I have my handy dandy dowel and it's super long so that I can reach those like hard to reach spots. Although a lot of my curvy shapes do come from increasing and decreasing while I crochet, I feel like the dowel is my unsung hero because it can create like a lot of really cool shapes through molding the stuffing. The dowel also helps me to compact the stuffing so that my project is nice and sturdy. Here we have our two legs together, and I like to just make sure to clean up really, really well. I don't want the fiber to be in the air and the ground around me, so I like to sweep and vacuum for good measure before taking off my mask. Yeah, so now I'm just gonna keep crocheting just a little bit above the kneecap of the second leg. But to be honest, I'm pretty tired just from like stuffing. So I think we'll catch up tomorrow. This is a pretty good place to cap off for the day. I'll see you guys later. Hi guys, join me on day 3 of creating one of my signature not naked dolls. So I already did a pretty intense morning workout, so I'm just hopping right into it. Today's focus is all about creating the legs, making sure that they're even in this circumstance. Usually it doesn't really matter to me if they're even or not, but today I really want that. For these legs, I made them dual toned, but then the top, I decided to make them like a solid tone, which I really like. And I'm not even gonna lie, this part took so long. It took about 6 hours to finish the legs and my neck was killing me. It's usually around this time that I ask myself, like, what is this all for, you know? But my legs are pretty much done, so now I'm gonna focus on stuffing them, making sure that they're both like relatively even, and just getting them nice and formed so I can attach the two parts together. If it isn't already obvious, I like to make the two legs separately and then I attach them to form them as one body. And I think the legs look pretty good if I do say so myself. So yeah, now it's one body, and from here on out it's just one piece, which makes it very smooth sailing for me. And it's been a really long day. Like, day has turned into night, y'all. So I guess I'm gonna cap off right here because there's only so much a girl can do, you know? But yeah, here are my legs. I'm really happy with the way they turned out, and we'll catch up tomorrow. Hey folks, join me for day 4 of creating one of my signature not naked dolls. So like I mentioned before, after I attach my two legs together, it's pretty much just smooth sailing from there. So now all I have to do is just crochet around and around and around until I'm done the torso, which may not seem like much, but it's actually quite time consuming, and also I'm doing a ton of calculations to build a bum and a torso. Because I don't have a fixed pattern, I pretty much create a pattern as I go. So it's always a cute little surprise to me in the end. So this part is the back, that's going to be the bum, and then there's the front, that's going to be the tummy. And I'm about 5 hours in, so I want to start shaping the bum. I've already formed a crack. As we can see, the bum is looking very juicy, very stacked. That's natural, that's no BBL, that's all natural. And I'm gonna cap off for the day because the bum is looking juicy. I'm very satisfied. So yeah, thank you for joining me. We'll check in tomorrow. Hey y'all, join me on day 5 of creating one of my signature not naked dolls. Now I'm not even gonna lie to you, today I felt completely unmotivated. Like it took everything out of me to just make a meal for myself and get out of bed. So I'm surprised I even got a little bit of the tummy done today, but I'm proud of myself that I did. And the cool thing about the evolution of this belly is that it's giving pregnancy, no? It's really giving 7 months, 8 months. So yeah, I'm really excited to see where we're gonna go. But to be honest, today I'm completely exhausted. So I'm gonna rest my bones, but we're gonna cap off here and we'll check in tomorrow. Hi guys, join me on day 6 of creating one of my signature not naked dolls. So yesterday we discovered that this little mama is pregnant. So today I really wanted to focus on the belly and just give it a little more definition and see where the shape is going. Basically today's main job is just going around and around until we get to the breasts. Which honestly, if we don't get to there, it's not the end of the world because there's always tomorrow. This was around the 3-hour mark and I was getting very hungry. Yes, I'm half Caribbean. Yes, I'm eating porridge. And now we're just stuffing the belly. We're trying to make it more defined with the dowel. And I'm honestly so happy and so gagged at how the shape turned out. Like the ass to belly ratio, I'm obsessed. Like look at that curve, are you dumb? So I'm pretty happy with where we're at. So we're gonna cap off for now, but we'll check in tomorrow. Hey everyone, join me on day 8 of creating one of my signature not naked dolls. So the last time we capped off just before the breast, so I really wanted to tap in today and just get at least one breast done. So right now I'm just working in circles, trying to envision what kind of breasts I want this doll to have. I've made little slits in the doll's top where the boobs are gonna go. And when I do that, it kind of gives me an idea of what they're gonna look like. It was at this point that Luna started acting up, so I had to check her real quick. And I can't even lie, she's actually mad chill for a cat in a room full of yarn. And it's getting really fun for me now because the breast is really starting to take shape. It's definitely a little bit bigger than I thought it would be, but that was a cute surprise. I'm gonna cap off here for the day, guys, but I'm really happy with the way this turned out and I can't wait to see what happens next. Hi guys, join me on day 9 of creating one of my signature not naked dolls. So the last time we saw each other, I made one breast, and so today my focus was on creating the other breast and maybe a little bit of an areola. And it was really fun watching the breast take shape. As I was creating, I realized I was probably going to have one breast bigger than the other, which is really cute. I also had a friend over keeping me company on this day, which is why I'm yapping away. Don't mind me. Having the company was nice because the time just flew by. So now I'm adding a darker brown for the areola and the nipples. And there's still more for me to think about in terms of features, like maybe I'll give it some freckles or maybe a tattoo on the breast. We'll see. We're gonna cap off here for the day. I'm really happy with the work I've done and we'll see you guys next time. Bye!